What's up everyone, it is Chris in Cab. If you're looking to make a move in Houston and trying to find more information about the different neighborhoods here in the Loop, then keep watching because this video is for you.
In today's video, we'll be talking about everything you need to know about the Heights, which is definitely one of the most desired neighborhoods in the city.
And keep watching because at the end, we'll show you several different homes here in the Heights that are either currently on the market or have recently sold. That way you can see what you get for different price ranges in the different pockets and sub-neighborhoods of the Heights.
So why is the Heights so popular? For one, it's a convenient central location. It's relatively close to downtown with easy access to major freeways like 610, I-10, and I-45. So for a lot of working professionals, it's an easy commute to downtown or other parts of the city.
On top of the central location, there's just so much going on here. There's a lot of great restaurants, coffee shops, bars, and several parks for the kiddos and fur babies. There's also some pretty cool retail destinations such as the shops on 19th Street, Heights Mercantile, and MKT off of Shepherd. Plus, there's even more commercial and mixed-use developments under construction, one example being the Swift building being developed by Redome Capital, and that will be located right next to the MKT Center. The Heights is also a pretty walkable neighborhood, just depending on which pocket you're in. There's also the popular hike and bike trail, which connects most, if not all, of the major attractions in the Heights. This means for most residents, they can get to something cool either by foot or by bike relatively easily.
Additionally, a lot of people find the Heights to be a charming neighborhood, with streets lined by oak trees and attractive homes. When people think of the Heights, they often think of craftsman, bungalow, and modern farmhouses, but you'll also find some mid-century modern inspired homes tucked away here and there. Another advantage to this neighborhood are the schools, since much of the Heights is zoned top-rated HISD elementary and middle schools, including Harvard Elementary, Love Elementary, Field Elementary, and Hogg Middle School.
Now, one of the disadvantages to the Heights is that it's not particularly affordable, and a lot of people are priced out. This is especially true if you're looking for a home with some yard space. I would say in general, homes will start in at least the $600K range, and if you want a little bit of yard space and don't want to share a driveway, these type of homes commonly go in the $700K to $1 million range, just depending on the age of the home, how current the finishes are, and how big the home is. The homes on the high end are commonly between 3,500 and 4,500 square feet, about 4 bedrooms, sit on a 5,000 to 7,500 square foot lot, and will typically range between 1.3 million and 2 million on the high end.
Another common knock against the Heights is that some streets are terribly narrow with horrible street parking. To be honest though, despite these disadvantages, the Heights is one of our favorite neighborhoods in Houston.
Okay, so let's take a look at a map of Houston to get our bearings on where the Heights is and where the different sub-neighborhoods of the Heights are in relation to one another. So here's downtown Houston, and then the Heights is going to be northwest of downtown. So let me zoom in. This whole area right here is the Greater Heights Market area. So the Greater Heights Market area would be east of TC Jester. So TC Jester is this squiggly little road along the bayou. You're gonna be north of I-10, you're gonna be west of I-45, and then south of 610. So this is the Greater Heights Market area, and this market area is comprised of smaller neighborhoods. These neighborhoods include what I call Heights proper, which is over here. I'll go into more details to what I consider the boundaries to Heights proper in these different sub-neighborhoods, but Heights proper is over here. Woodlands Heights is gonna be over here. North Norhill is like right here, and then East Norhill is like right here. Here's a neighborhood that we call Brooksmith. Here is Shady Acres over here. So Shady Acres is going to be west of Durham, east of TC Jester, and then south of 610. And then there is also a neighborhood that we call Sunset Heights, which Google Maps doesn't really show, but I have some little markers right here to show where Sunset Heights is. So going back to this map, what I consider Heights proper and what most people would call the heart of the Heights, I believe it's bounded by Shepherd. So you're going to be east of Shepherd, north of I-10, west of Studewood, which is this road right here, and then south of 20th. This little box right here, to me, is like Heights proper and the heart of the Heights. Now, within this Heights proper section, there are various Heights historic districts, which include, let me zoom in a little bit, this Heights West District, Heights East Historic District, and then Heights South Historic District. So if you're located inside the historic district, then whenever you're building or making exterior alterations to a property, you must get a certificate of appropriateness from the city of Houston. This is to ensure the architecture remains consistent with the guidelines for that historic district. And this applies to restoration, rehabs, additions, exterior alterations, and new construction within the historic district. So as you can see, the historic districts are within what I call Heights proper, or the heart of the Heights, but not all of the Heights proper that I consider Heights proper is part of the historic district. The other historic districts in the Greater Heights include North Norhill right here. There's East Norhill over here actually as well. Woodland Heights. In Woodland Heights, like there will be homes that are in Woodland Heights that aren't necessarily part of the historic district, right? There's also Germantown over here, and then Freeland. All right, so for this next section, we're gonna drive around some places around the Heights, show you kind of some of the main attractions, give you an idea of what the neighborhood looks like and or why a lot of people like the Heights. Christina's driving, and I'll be hopping out to give y'all a tour. It is currently May in Houston, and it is 95 degrees outside. So Christina's gonna stay in the car in the AC while I do this for y'all. I do it for the people. So in that time that we were talking, we're driving from my house, and once we cross the street, then we will essentially be in the Heights, and this is Shepherd right now.
This is where I take my spin class.
Bye.
Hi.
All right, so this is one of the retail strips here in the Heights. This is the Heights Waterworks. We got Common Bond, very popular bakery, brunch, lunch spot. Nice little courtyard situation over here. Genia Ramen, even though it's a chain, it's still very good. And then Hop Dottie, originally from Austin. This is located right off of the hike and bike trail. So I'm gonna walk that way, show you a little bit more of the hike and bike trail and what's around in this area. Oh, also Ginger Mule is right here. Really good vegan restaurant. I'm not even vegan, but it's good. So, all right, we'll come back in a little bit, show you more about the hike and bike trail. All right, so I'm on the hike and bike trail right now. The Heights Waterworks and Common Bond is right behind me. And like I had mentioned, or we had mentioned earlier in this video, you can take the hike and bike trail to a lot of the popular destinations here in the Heights. One of the intersections where a lot of is happening is right here, which is 19th, which is this street right here, and Nicholson. So to just kind of show you more what's going on, again, Waterworks is down that way. Here is the hike and bike trail and Nicholson, and we'll take you down there. There's more parks, some nice homes down this way. And then the shops on 19th, which we're gonna head to next, is down that way. So again, a lot of things in close proximity and a big reason why people like the Heights so much. So let's head to the shops on 19th Street next. There's that parking lot for the church. Where's the church? Right here. All right, we're just a couple blocks from Heights Waterworks where we started. We are on 19th in Rutland. These are the shops on 19th. So you'll have Boomtown Coffee. That's a H-Town staple, and we go there a lot. And a lot of other retail shops around here, and a lot of restaurants. So, and then also once a year, there's a big party, White Linen Nights, here in the Heights, and then they block off this whole area, and like there's bands playing out here, people just walking on the street. It's a good time. So this is one of the main parts of the Heights with a lot going on, and a lot of people can walk from the house. So yeah, all right, now let's head into the neighborhood and show you a little bit more of the Heights. All right, let's head back towards Nicholson, towards the trail, and then take a left on Nicholson and then put in 15th and Tulane, that intersection. So something I've heard a lot from people who are maybe unfamiliar with the Heights or just like moving to Houston, they drive only one section of the Heights. One of their knocks is that the Heights has no street parking and small, narrow streets. And while that is certainly true in some sections, it's not the case for the entire neighborhood. As you can see, I'm on Rutland right now, walking in the middle of the street, just to show like there are streets that are a little bit wider, have plenty of street parking. And so it just kind of depends on what section you're in. Also, I think some people confuse other neighborhoods with the Heights, especially Cottage Grove. I mean, Cottage Grove, that entire neighborhood has really, really narrow streets and terrible street parking. And it's kind of close to the Heights, but it's not the Heights. So I think that's a common mix up that people get when they're not as familiar. But again, the point is, depending on where you are in the Heights, there is room to park and wider streets available, just depending. All right, so now we are on 8th and Rutland. So you can see right here, Rutland. I don't know if that's in the shot. And I'm back on the bike trail. So if you take the bike trail back this way, towards my back, that will hit Nicholson, and you can take that back all the way to 19th Street, which is where we were just at. That'll hit the Waterworks Retail Center again. If you take the trail back the other way, it goes to another popular retail center called Heights Mercantile. So I'm gonna walk down that way and show you what Heights Mercantile is all about. And as you can see, there are several homes that are right on trail. So that's pretty awesome. It's pretty convenient. And I run on this trail all the time. So I run from 18th all the way down here. This is probably 2.5 miles from our house, and then just run back. All right, so now I am at Heights Mercantile, which is a very popular mixed-use center over here. So you got Aesop over here. There's another boutique called Favor the Kind here, Postino's Wine Bar, Local Foods, which is a very popular casual eatery, Melange Capery, there's a Lululemon over there, plus more shops. So lots of things to do around here. Plus, I think every week, every Sunday, there is a farmer's market here, right where I'm standing. All the vendors line up all around here and all in the parking lot. It was actually today, but I just missed it. We just missed it. So it's every Sunday from 9 to 1. And I forgot, it's during the summer months, I believe. So, but yeah, we just missed it. But again, just so much to do around here. There's also a very popular park
called Donovan Park, which is just right there. I would get footage of it, but there's kids playing around and I don't want to be a weirdo or a creep, so it's just over there. You just have to trust me on this one. But yeah, so this is Heights Mercantile. We have one more destination to get to. So again, like from where we started at the waterworks down to here, like you could take the hike and bike trail, you can drive, and then we're gonna show you one more retail destination called MKT. And then, yeah, then we'll wrap up this segment of the video. All right, the last spot we wanted to show you is this MKT retail center. So again, lots of restaurants, retail here. You got the Gama, which is like Indian and Portuguese tapas fusion, really, really good. You got Mendocino Farms, there's a Ray-Ban over here, Sweet Green, La La Land, and then I showed you earlier, well, MKT is right next to Lawrence Park, and no one's there right now because it's freaking hot, but especially like on weekdays and whatnot, 5, 6 p.m. after people get off work, there's a bunch of people there playing with their dogs, playing with their kids. It's actually really, really cool. So yeah, this is another reason why people enjoy living in the Heights. Yo, what is this place? This place is new. I'm gonna have to come back and try this place. All right, just got done showing y'all all the things that are in the vicinity of the Heights. I mean, honestly, bro, it's May 26th, 96 degrees. This isn't even the peak of the summer. So when people say they want to live in a walkable part of town, yeah, you could walk, but it's miserable, man. I mean, like, I literally have a headache right now. So, but it's cool that the Heights is close to everything because it's a short drive. So you could walk, you're probably gonna drive though. I mean, look at me, I'm sweating.
Okay, let's take a look at some homes so you can see what different price ranges get you. You also get a sense of how pricing differs from similar properties in the different pockets of the Heights. The first home is 1310 Lawrence in Heights proper, currently on the market for $650,000. It has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and about 2,100 square feet. Built in 2005 and is a style of home we call a front loader due to its private driveway that loads directly in the 2-car garage. This style of home will have first floor living and oftentimes have a small backyard. You can see at this price point in Heights proper, this style of home doesn't have updated finishes. To compare, let's now look at 835 West 24th in Shady Acres, currently on the market for $640,000. It's 3 bedrooms plus an extra bonus room, 2.5 baths, and is almost 2,700 square feet. So in comparison to 1310 Lawrence, it's a newer home with more updated finishes and a bigger backyard for $10,000 less. And that's because Shady Acres is generally considered a little less desirable than the heart of the Heights.
All right, now let's look at some 3-story townhomes, which are a ubiquitous style of home here in Houston. 1126 Nicholson is in the heart of the Heights and in a very desirable location right off the hike and bike trail and 11th Street, and it's walking distance to some amazing restaurants. Built in 2002, this home is priced at $648,000, and you'll note the finishes aren't current to today's standards. For comparison, let's look at 340 West 18th. This one was built in 2017, and though it's not quite 2024 finishes, it still feels more updated, and this one is priced at about $835,000.
Next, let's look at some bungalows. When a lot of people think of the Heights, I'm sure this style of home comes to mind, and there are a lot of buyers out there that prefer the charm and character of an older home. 1447 Alston, located in the Heights Historic District, is like a classic archetype of a Heights bungalow. It's 3 beds, 2 baths, and just under 1,700 square feet on a 6,600 square foot lot. This home has been updated while keeping a lot of its historic charm. It's currently on the market for $849,000. For comparison, let's look at 1024 West Gardner and North Norhill. Norhill is east of the Heights Historic District, and while it's still a much desired neighborhood, it's generally considered to be slightly less desirable than the heart of the Heights, which is west of Cedarwood. Gardner is a 1,400 square foot home on a 5,000 square foot lot. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and is currently pending at $719,000, so more than $100,000 less than 1447 Alston. The last bungalow we want to take a look at is our listing at 1107 Archer in Brooksmith. Brooksmith is a little further away from the heart of the Heights, which is reflected in the average property values in the area. Our listing is honestly a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-bath home on a 5,000 square foot lot. At just over 1,700 square feet, it's larger than our previous 2 bungalow examples. Yet our current list price is just under $615,000. If you're looking for a value in the Heights, Brooksmith is a neighborhood worth looking into.
Lastly, let's look at what the $1 to $2 million range gets you. 1015 Alston is a 3,000 square foot home on a 3,300 square foot lot built in 2016, priced at $1.22 mil. At this price, you're getting first floor living, a little bit of yard space, and a home with updated finishes. Homes in this price range and location are also zoned to the more sought after HISD public schools, particularly Harvard Elementary and Hogg Middle School, which is what Alston is zoned to. Now let's look at 611 7.5 Street. This property was originally listed for just over 1.3 mil, but ended up closing in April at 1.59 mil. This home was built in 2010 and is 3-bed, 3 baths, about 2,700 square feet on a 5,100 square foot lot. So in this $1.3, $1.4 million range is when you start to get a real yard. And this home is zoned to Harvard Elementary and Hogg Middle School as well. The typical range in the Heights tops out at about $2 million. So now let's take a look to see what the top end of the range gets you. 1522 Arlington is a gorgeous home listed by our office. It's 4 beds, 3.5 baths, about 3,000 square feet, plus a 912 square foot garage apartment casita situation. It sits on a 6,600 square foot lot and has room for a beautiful pool. This home was listed at $1.89 million and is currently pending.
To wrap things up, we wanted to show you an example of a mid-century modern inspired home in Heights. As you've probably noticed from all these previous examples, the architectural styles most common in the Heights would be Victorian, craftsman, and modern farmhouses. But the occasional mid-century modern gem exists, if you know where to look. 829 Herkheimer is one such gem, and this is our absolute dream home. Built in 2021, this home is 3 beds and 2 baths, plus an artist studio and a gym. It sits on a 7,500 square foot lot, which is considered oversized for the Heights. This property is currently on the market for about $1.8 million.